So hey y'all, Eric here. Something's going on with my recording software, so I have to start all over again. Typical for today on Saturday. But anyway, today has not been so much as a bad day, but as the church ladies in my church that I grew up with, and some of my older friends in the same age bracket that I'm in say, um, the devil is alive and stirring the pot. And, or sometimes I would say, gremlins are out. But it's the same thing, same thing. So I got up, um, started cleaning my bathroom, took the plants outside, watered them because I'm pretty sure we're done with cold weather. Um, we were in the mid 80s today. I was going to the gym, so I took care of the plants. I took care of the dishes, dishwasher machine, and I vacuumed the living room where the plants are, watered them, ate some breakfast, watched some telly, and got ready to go to the gym. And so I walked down to the bus stop. And the reason I walked to the bus stop is because my scooter is still out of commission. Not That's all I'm going to say for this video about that. Hopefully, it'll be fixed in the next 1 to 2 weeks. So I got to the bus stop. Everything was fine, and got on the bus. Everything was fine. Got off that bus, waiting on the next bus. That was fine. Got all the way down. The bus wasn't crowded. There were no issues for the most part, except I was on the one of the electric buses, and I believe it was actually a hybrid. And usually, it's just like a car. When you come to the stop, it shuts itself down, and then when you hit the gas pedal, it turns on again. Well, something happened, and the bus driver turned the bus off, but I had my earbuds on, so I don't know if she told us that. And I was looking at my phone and reading my news feed, and I was like, "What's going on? Why are we stopped?" And other people were in conversations, and then probably in the next 3 minutes, she turned it back on, and we were on our way. So I got downtown, where my gym is, and got off the bus. And I noticed, when I get off the bus, it's only 2 blocks away, or a block and a half. And I noticed when I was crossing the street to get to the building where my gym was that there were 4th Street was closed. There were these huge trucks in the middle of the street. And I said, "Oh, okay, that's what this is." And the reason I was thinking about that is because the day before, because this is 4th Street is where I pick up my bus going home if I cannot get down to the transit center before the bus leaves. Um, there was a sign saying the bus that I use and another bus would not be at that stop between 4 p.m. and midnight today, but that's all the information it was. And I had to Google to see why, because in the last month, this is not the first or the second time they put a sign on there saying more information on the app, and of course there was no information on the app or on the website. So got down to Planet Fitness's doors, had the app, and I was opening the door. But before I got there, there was a sign on the door saying that the gym was closed due to construction. And there were more information would be on the website. So I pulled up the Planet Fitness app, and there was nothing there. So I said, let me just Google it. And I went to the website for that location, and it said it was open until 7 p.m. And so I just opened the door electronically, went downstairs. The lights were on and all that, but but the doors were blocked. And so the guy came to the door, and I said, I know you have a sign up there saying that the gym is closed, but I went to the website and there was nothing going on. But he told me it was a water main break due to the construction. So I showed him on the website that there was no information on there. And then I just turned around and got back up. And it being Saturday, today is leg day and shoulders. So since I couldn't work out, I said, well, let me just go to Whole Foods because I needed to get a couple of things, coffee creamer, powdered coffee creamer, salad dressing, and some crackers. And I said, I know what type of grocery store Whole Foods is, and other than the fact that it's one of the more expensive grocery stores in Charlotte, I said, but surely I can get just those three things. So went to the cracker aisle, got that. Went to the coffee aisle, and I did not see any powder creamer. I saw some collagen coffee creamer, and I saw another health thing of creamer, but that was all. And then I asked for someone, and I let them know I normally don't go to Whole Foods, and I'm trying to learn it. And they told me all of the coffee creamers are in the cooler section. And I'm like, but all I'm asking for is powder creamer. But apparently, Whole Foods doesn't have powder creamer, at least not that one. So I said, so I found the aisle with the salad dressing. No, I'm sorry, they didn't tell me that the creamer was in the cool side. They told me the salad dressing was in the cool side. And that was foreign to me because every other grocery store, there are some salad dressings that are in the cold section where all the produce is, or coolers. But then unopened salad dressing, which you can put in a refrigerator, they're on their own aisle. And I was like, really? So I found them, and there was nothing even close to Thousand Island dressing. Nothing. They had a honey mustard one, and I will use honey mustard dressing on some things, but not on a regular chicken salad, grilled chicken salad. So I was just done. I was just done. No creamer, no salad dressing. So I had the crackers in my hand, and I just took them back. I just took them back. I was done. So then I walked about 6 blocks from Whole Foods down to the transit center. Bus was there. As soon as I was walking up to the bus, and the driver was there, and I just waved everybody else on there, and we got on there, and we were on our way. And so I was annoyed, and I was texting my good friend and my housemate about this, and I said a video was coming. And so here's the thing. This is the point of this video. And I always say this in some of my conversations that I'm in. What is the number one problem in this country? People don't listen. And what is the second biggest problem in this country? People don't read. But I get it now, and I get it. Because one of the other problems in this country, and regardless of whether it's from a business standpoint or personal standpoint, there is a communication issue. A a communication issue. Cats, as I said earlier, put a sign at that bus stop saying these two buses will not be coming to this stop between these hours on Saturday, April the 11th. And I wanted to know why. I had to Google it because Cats wants you to use the Cats Pass app. That's where you go to see the routes and all of that. And it's true, there are communications on there, but the only communications on there is about the Blue Line, the South End construction, the Earth Day announcement saying on April, I think Earth Day is April the 22nd, so all bus rides will be free on that day. And there was something else. They also sent something to me saying, do you ride bus 85? And there's a survey and all that. And I'm like, no, I live in Northwest Charlotte. The 85 bus doesn't come over here. So anyway, there was nothing on there. And like I said, I had to Google it. Planet Fitnesses are franchised. And so I don't know who owns the Planet Fitnesses in Charlotte. But they dropped the ball. I should have gotten an alert on the app, from the app, saying, hey, your gym is closed today. For more information, go here. That didn't happen. Cats should have done the same thing. It wasn't there. Which is why I'm now on this place saying that, well, I have to, because I don't have a car, and I have to, my primary transportation is transit. It's public transit. Sure, I can use rideshare, but I can use rideshare when I have money. And I don't. I always run out anywhere from a couple of days or a week before the next payday. So I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Businesses need to do better. They need to do better. How hard is it? How hard is it to put an alert on your own website about this? You want us to be savvy passengers, clients, and when I say clients, customers, I'm talking about Planet Fitness too. Just give me the information so that I can make the best decision for me. Whether I have a car or not, it's just harder for me to make a decision because I have to think about which first bus I can use, because how much time is it going to be between that bus and the next bus? And then, of course, it's a 20-minute walk to the first bus stop. But that's on me. We all have to do what we have to do to get stuff done. And I'm 60 pounds lighter, so it's not that difficult for me now as it used to be. It was hard. But I digress. That's another story. And so I'm going to wrap up this video. What communication issues do you see every day? And generally speaking, it's from work. Do you ride Cats? Do you see issues that should not be going on? The email address for Cats is teltransit@clt.gov, I believe it is. But just go to Cats website. Just Google Cats, capital C-A-T-S. And then on that website, click on Contact Us. I believe it's Contact Us or Contact. And you'll see Tel Transit. So let them know. Let them know. And if they don't respond to you like they're supposed to, pull up the City of Charlotte's website and go to the MPTA tab. That's the new public transit authority, the Metropolitan Public Transit Authority. Remember the PAVE Act that we voted for, or maybe you voted no for it? That's where the MPTA comes from. And so they're going to be the authority on CATS later this year. It's in transition now from the city to the authority. And I was able to send some information to the authority, and they sent it to leadership of CATS. Because, fortunately, because I'm old, my birthday is coming up, and I'm proud that I've lived this long. I will be 64 years old, so I can get a senior bus pass for half of the price. Because right now, a regular bus pass is $44. Monthly pass is, $88 for 30 days. But I can get it for half of that, $44. It should be lower than that. Jacksonville, Florida just dropped their rates, and they're equal in size to Charlotte. There's no reason why Charlotte can't drop their rates, but that's a conversation for another day. Something needs to be changed about communication. So just think about that. Think about that. That was my day, and because of CATS, the reason my legs are sore is because yesterday when I came home, I was thinking about going to, again, the grocery store. I said, no, I can just wait till Saturday. And again, I go back to the same bus stops. So when I come from downtown, I stop and I'm waiting on the other bus to take me close to where I live. It was canceled, and I was not going to sit at a bus stop for an hour and 10 minutes for the next bus to come. I was not. I have never seen, and then on top of that, it was Friday. So I have never seen on the CATS app the number of scheduled buses that were canceled. It was like what happened when the government shut down about TSA, and the airlines started canceling flights. It looked just like that. And again, only two buses that I ride right now, number 7 and number 13. Every other schedule was canceled with no information or explanation. None. I have never seen that. Never. But best you believe me and you, that will be in my email tomorrow. Again, if you want me to, and the phrase escapes me, if you want to get my sign off on this, if you want me to be engaged in a positive way, communicate with me. That's the biggest thing. Communicate with me, and then just give me the information. Good, bad, or indifferent, just give the information to me. That's where that phrase "don't shoot the messenger" came from, because the message doesn't come when it should come. And the messenger doesn't get shot because of the message. The messenger gets shot because, oh, you're giving me the information now? So that was my frustration today and part of it yesterday. Some people would have probably just let it go. A lot of people do. I see people on the bus all the time. Sometimes they'll be a little angry, but they look defeated. They look defeated, like there's nothing they can do. And sometimes there isn't. Sometimes there isn't. Sometimes it just is what it is. But some of the stuff that I see, it's unacceptable. Buses leaving the transit late. people have to change buses. And the later a bus leaves from the transit system, the likelihood that you're going to miss your connecting bus is likely. And then you would have to, depending on the bus itself, you would have to wait anywhere from 10 minutes, which is not so much, to upwards of anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes because you've missed that one. And the further out that you are, the less the frequency of the buses are. Not everybody is able to have a car. You know, some people will say for Charlotte a car is necessary, and I would agree with them. A car is necessary. But not everybody can afford a car. Particularly with my retirement, I certainly can't afford one. When the one I had, I lost that one. That again is a story for another time. But I'm working on that because I'm in school for an IT certification, an IT support technician certification, so I can get an IT job to get some extra money coming in. But that's all today. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to be talking about transit again. But since there's not going to be any rain this weekend, there's no humidity. It's just the air temperature that's high, 80 degrees. Get outside, please. Get outside. Whether it's in the morning, or whether it's in the afternoon or in the evening, get outside. Get you some vitamin D. And just enjoy the day. Because the week will be here before you know it. Tax time. Tax day is this week too. Fortunately, I was able to get mine done last week. No refund, but I don't owe anything anyway. Again, retirement benefits. So, anyway, take care, and I will see you on the next one.